G'day everyone and welcome back to Steve's Place Down Under. Today we're taking my little service truck over to the next town up the road. It's only about 5 k's. Around where the new Western Sydney International Airport is, there's a property there that's been taken over and sold, and there's a bloke there that actually watches the channel that's selling me a David Brown 990 very cheap, and we're going to see if we can do a start up on it, and then my mate's going to bring it home because I haven't got a trailer at the moment to cart anything on. So I haven't seen it, but for what he wants for it and my interest, it's very cheap, so I'm sort of not worried about the condition it's in. So we're going to see if the tyres pump up. He said it's been between 9 and 10 years it's been running, but David Brown's a pretty good product, so I don't think it'll take much. As long as it still spins over, it should be fairly easy. Okay, here she is. It's actually a 950, and I didn't know it had a loader frame on it, which is a bonus. Although the rams are a bit rusty. We'll just get some emery paper onto those. So you can see how long it sat here. He said around 10 years, so I'd say it's every bit of that looking at these tyres. The back ones are still up. There is one on the other side, it's a bit doughy, but it's still holding air, so it will pump up. Post hole auger on the back. Typical old farm tractor with bits of fence and wire and that on it. You'll see that a lot here on old things I get around. Keeper pins, a fence and wire. That's my mate's going to take it home for me, but not today. He's got another load to do out of here. She's all complete, it's just a few things are broken and been tech screwed and stuff like that, but nothing too major by the look of it. He said it has got an electric fuel pump. The old diaphragm one's been disconnected, so hopefully that works and supplies us some fuel. You can see some of the rams here like this. I'll just get some strip of paper and some WD, knock that rust off just so we can suck that cylinder in, and the lift one on the other side's the same. Haven't checked oil, water or anything like that. What we're going to do is pump the tyres up. We will crack the sump plug to see if there's any water in the engine oil. Hopefully that tin has preserved it, but after a while these do rust out, some of these mufflers, and you can get them down through these screws on these pre-cleaners too. That's never a good indication. Hopefully it leaked out of the air cleaner bowl and didn't go up into the engine. As long as it turns, it's got a great chance of starting. We have a rough old bucket on the front of her. They've had it for about 40 years, and they just, basically while it was parked, they just updated their tractors. He said it was still running and driving fine. But 10 years in the elements, as you can see out here, can do a lot to it. So we'll start by pumping the tyres up. I've got my daddy with me today.
Not going up, is it?
No. Is the valve seated properly? It should. Looks like it's still got a tad of air in it. Oh, there she goes. Yeah. Hope she don't off down into the dam there. No, she'll release us, hasn't she? We're swimming after it. Let's see what we can. Square drive plug there. I might just drop that out and see if there's any water mixed with it. Tyre's not fully inflated, but I'm not sure that we really want to. We'll just see what happens. Yep. Yes. You can see the tread coming off her here. It's a 750/16. I don't have any of those at home. Not that they'd be too hard to get, but I did use a couple I had on a tipping trailer. So anyway, if we do go to use it, we'll just have to get some front tyres. So I've got this plug cracked here off camera. We just want to see if water's there, it'll just drip straight away. Yeah, heaps of water. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drain it all. I usually just let the water out if the condition's unknown of the engine, but it does spin. It doesn't look good at all. It does spin over. I just grabbed the fan off camera and it does spin, so I actually keep the oil after servicing my car. Wife's got a diesel Toyota car and we keep the used engine oil just for these unknown things, so I wouldn't want to put good oil in this because it's going to need a flush after it does run, so I'm going to tip some of that into it. Hopefully the pickup's not gummed up with that yogurt type of stuff that's in there, but anyway, that can't be. I'm not going to pull the sump off up here where it is. As I said, this tractor needs to be gone within the week, so get it to a stage where it does run, and hopefully that stuff's only settled on the bottom and it's not in the pickup. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, while that drains, we might just go ahead and check some other stuff. Check the fuel, check the coolant. He did say the top of the tank may be cracked, the coolant, well, the water. She's only got a big 2-blade fan on it, look at that.
You don't see that very often.
We'll put some water in it. I did bring 20 litres of water and that used engine oil, so I've got 2 drums on the truck, and we'll just see if there's anything in that fuel tank at all, plus if there's any water in the bottom of it. We'll try and bleed it up and get it ready for when we do have oil in it. We just found a genuine David Brown fuel gauge laying on the ground. Part number on it, yeah. Okay, she hasn't got much in it. That might be enough to start it. I didn't bring any fuel with me. Just have to check if that is water or fuel that's in it, and then I'll have to go and get some. So recently, the last couple of years, I've had these things growing around here. They're very spiky. If you get pricked by them, you become itchy, like it's, I don't know if something comes off the spikes, but wherever you disturb dirt or in a farm situation where you're ploughing and stuff like that, these things arise. They were never around years ago. We don't know why. They just started coming up, whether the climate's different now or I don't know. So the seed's obviously been in the ground for thousands of years, but all of a sudden it's starting to arise. So I'm just going to get rid of that so I don't prick myself when I come into the engine here. I'm just going to take this bowl off here. Just want to see if it's, probably should clean this out anyway, being the primary filter, but or a sediment trap. I want to see if there's any water coming out. The trouble is with these two, you disturb that gasket. Well, it's only diesel. Let's give that a clean off camera. I'll put it back on. Okay, that's now back on, so I think what we'll do is put a battery in it and just see if this electric fuel pump does power up, and if it does, we'll just bleed it at the filters here, then go around to the fuel pump and see if it's there. Okay, so we just had a bit of a mishap. I got 2 batteries off a bloke from work, a Caterpillar bloke, and they were both had 1 volt or something in them. He said they were good, but they weren't, so I had to race home and get another one I had. Just put the leads on there, you can hear the fuel pump going, the electric pump, so I'll run around there and show you that. Haven't hit the starter yet, there's no oil in it, but we could tap it just to see if it does work. That's a good sign too, so we'll see if the starter works and we'll crack one of these filters here. It might try and bleed itself, then we'll get some oil back in it and see what she does. The chances of this old button working since it's been sitting out here are pretty low, but I mean these switches are both out, and that's obviously power to one of those pumps. Other ones possibly to excite the alternator or something like that, but certainly it's working. That's amazing. All that wire's exposed. I suppose it's under here too. It might have protected it a little bit. We'll get some oil in it and bleed the fuel and see what she does. Okay, we got the oil out of that drum into it. It's not exactly on the full mark, but it's in the range. It's enough to start it and run it and see if it's going to work. Dad's trying to get some of that water into the radiator.
Radiator, or you want?
Just get it only a little bit in there if you can. Tip the rest all over the side of it.
Oh.
So, and then we're going to bleed it and see what she does.
Already.
Well, he said it was cracked on the top tank and it might just leak from the tank down to the core and stop.
Level,
yeah. When you're using her at home, you just have to keep pulling her up. Huh? I'll turn the fuel pump back on. I was going to crack it at the filters, but I might just crack it here at the pump. If it's here, it's got it everywhere. That's a bit rounded off. I should get the right size. Always rounded off these. You run them out of fuel, it's the first place you go to undo it. It's got it there, it's got it up the top. You can hear the pump slowed down. Yeah. The next thing will be if the rack's stuck, but I'm willing to take a chance on that. I think what we'll do, we'll just give her a go. We should check that actually to see if there's no water in there, because that bowl is loose on the top. No, there's no water in there, but there's no oil either. It's just
no dust today anyway.
No dust, it's not going to hurt it. A couple of tractors at home I've actually left this loose because it gets in around the pre-cleaner. Somewhere, somehow, I've had buckets over it, but it still seems to get in, so I just let it leak out of there, and not ones I use, but... So, I'm going to give her a go, take this off here. Surprising what a cheap tin will do. It's just save an engine. So, I might film it while Dad gives the button a press. I'm not sure we'll have to bleed it like it's injectors or anything. I think if it's all still there, it should fire straight up. You've got to choke it down, I'll just knock that glass bowl off it. It should be fine, but give her a press. It's out of gear. It's sort of a bit worrying with that hill there, but here she goes. Probably should give her a sniff off the ether just to save that battery a bit, because that's all I've really got.
Down and we're not going home to get another one.
No, I'm not going home again. I can jump start it off the truck, but I really don't want that in the background of the video too much. This is cheating, I know, but we haven't got much battery power here. We're not going home again like we just did. You can see the mess in there. That's going to need cleaning out. All right, try her again. Have a listen to that. Like she was turned off yesterday. Can't really see an oil pressure gauge. This one here's amps. Unless it's underneath. Oh yeah, she's got oil pressure. The gauge is up a little bit. Going to get a bit of this rust off before we try and run them hydraulics. I forgot to show you the transmission oil too. It is full, but it's a bit milky. The boots are still on it, which is a big bonus with farm equipment. That's the biggest place they get it. And I did see a cap missing over here. Which is also directly into the diff housing. I'm going to try and run the hydraulics down, see if the back will lift. He did say that cover was off the back for something was sticking in there. It's obviously going to stick worse now because it's full of rust. But that's okay. Keep going. Oh. I'll water out both those cylinders. The only thing a single acting ram will do that. If as it goes up it'll squeeze the water out, but try it again. So the front started going up when I was buggerising around trying to get the back to work. Very slow, and it creeps back down by itself, but that's okay, it works enough to get it on the truck. What we're going to do now, the back won't move at all, the levers are very stiff, and he did say there's a rod that used to jam even when they were using it, so I'd imagine it's gotten worse. David Brown's got a locking system, you can hold the implement up. Just there, if you get the thing high enough, you can just slip a pin through there or something like that. So we're going to lift it up with the crane on the service truck and then just put a bolt through there so it can just do its own thing. When we drive it on the truck, it can just hang there. Yeah, we go through that A-frame thing there. I don't think there'd be much weight in it. You didn't weld any of that together?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It's a well-built thing.
It's hard made.
It's not yet high enough, but it's still not going to be too high on the truck. So tell me when those pins are lined up. Okay, got a bolt in there, just holding the weight on that. It's got a nut on it so it won't shake off on the truck, and I think the last thing we're going to do is just see if the clutch and everything works, and one of us are going to bound on. It looks like Dad, you won't keep him off her. Just to see if it does drive, we might turn it around, get it ready for the truck, and just make sure it is going to drive on the truck. Look at that, straight up. Hope the brakes work, because it's all downhill and then it's wet. I think it needs the feeler gauge running over the tappets. I'd say that's what that popping is. I think he did say a rear wheel was locked up too, didn't he? It's stuck, one of them brakes. Got brakes? He's on a look. My mate there having a bit of a giggle look. I think he just got another gear in her. Well, you can't ask for more than that. I'm very happy for what I give to him for it. Put a bit of angle line that was holding that bucket up. I put it back on there just to hold it up. Or you'd have to drive around with that lever half in to hold the bucket up. I don't know if it's a cylinder, I would say it is. I wouldn't think it's a control valve. Not something I'd use to load or anything with. It's very slow. Unless the pickup's blocked, it could be. I'd say she just needs to set the valves on, and she might come a bit, that pop might disappear out of it. Apparently they were original muffler too, they're like a ceramic coated thing, Dad was saying, and it does make sense because the 1200 I had at home that was only a parts tractor, it had one on it as well. I was going to keep it, but it rusted out. Like you can see that one's starting to lean forward, probably because of rust underneath it. Oh, you've got to be happy with that. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. We certainly did. We've got a couple of other jobs to go and do now, but it's ready to drive straight on the truck. So I'll go and see my mate, see when he's ready to cart it home for us. And we're going to film another episode now. We're going to cart some water from one property back to my place, and we'll go and film that. But hope you all enjoyed it, and there's plenty more where this come from. So see you all in the next one.
All right.